Morning, everybody. Just met Monk from Pinhoti Outdoor Center, who has picked up my pack, and then he'll pick me up again later this afternoon when I get to Terrapin Hill. It's about 11 miles down the trail. About 5 of it is trail, and 5 of it is road. So there's a, okay, oops. Let's look back. It's a sycamore cabin that I stayed at, and down the trail I go. Latest start this morning, I think, than I've had in a long time, but feeling good about it. So first full day on the Pinhoti. See ya. There we go. Pinhoti looks like a blue blaze, and of course I got my online map. All right. I will see y'all later. Bye. So the Pinhoti through the wilderness here. Just gonna keep looking for the blazes and staying on the path. What a beautiful day. I'm so lucky to be out here, so grateful to be able to do this. This feels wonderful. I'm already heating up, so I'll have to stop here and shed a layer. This looks like a nice, good level spot to do that, so I'll do that and I'll talk to you later. Hey everybody, One Penny here. Just some beautiful views from the trail. Right down there through the trees you can see some water and you can hear it moving. It's flowing on down, and that's the way I'm heading. See y'all later. Well, this was a surprise. About 50 feet past where I just was. Got this nice bench. There you go. And well, that's a nice view. That is a nice view. Got the stream down there. Green mountains. Still early in the year, you can tell the hardwood trees haven't leafed out yet, but they're just starting. They got a little blush of green on them. So, beautiful. But I don't want to dilly-dally. See y'all later. Everybody, ran into another hiker going northbound, Zach.
Hello, everybody.
Zach just told me that there's another lady about 65 who's on the trail about 20 minutes up, so she's a little overloaded, and I'm slack packing, so I might catch her before I get to the pickup spot.
I think we're both going to catch her.
And there's the first cabin along the trail. Looks like be a nice place to stay. So I stayed in the cabins up at the tower.
Oh, did you?
And not all the windows shut. They have them blocked open for some reason.
Yeah.
And I had a cold wind coming through most of the night. I was under roof, but that wind gets pretty chilly.
It
So
will do that.
this is a nice setup for camp. You got the shelter, you got the big fire ring, and you got a really nice stream down here. So, well, nice to meet you. I'm going to head on up the trail.
Yes, sir.
Good
Have a
luck
good
to
one,
you.
man.
See ya. Hey everybody, hiking along with. All right.
All right.
Oh, no problem. Thank you so much.
All right.
You could just look at the stone for me and just make sure there's a way that you could strap it down better than what I've done.
All right. See you later. Nice meeting you.
One penny one on YouTube.
Yes.
I'll look for you, man.
All right.
You get a
There
great
you
view
go.
up here of the
In the background there is the tower at Flag Mountain. So this is how far we've come. And ran into Zach and Marie down the trail. And your name is
Grant.
Grant?
Yep.
Nice to meet you, Grant. It's been nice talking with Grant for a while. So he's the one who caught my attention to turn around and get a good look at Flag. So that's pretty cool. And where's your destination today?
It'll be right before Terrapin. There's a little stream there, and it's super nice to camp there.
Okay.
Yeah, you get little noises all night, and it's nice.
Well, I won't be there, but it's nice hiking with you for a little bit.
Nice hiking with you too.
So yeah, I'm gonna sit down and take a rest.
Would you like one of my chocolate bars?
I've got stuff
You got
with me.
stuff?
Yeah, appreciate it though.
Yeah,
Thank
no
you
problem,
much.
dude.
Have a
Just
good
one
day.
penny?
1 penny one.
1 penny one. Okay.
Capital O, capital P, capital O, no spaces.
Yes, sir. Well, good luck on your trip.
Thank you very much.
I'll check out your channel.
All right, appreciate that.
See you later.
See ya.
See you later, 1 penny.
One penny here, just to let you know that parts like this really suck. Oh, I got to the top of this long incline. Got a really nice section of the trail here. Little marker on the trail here. I don't know who the people of Protective Life Corporation are, but the trail is really nice, and from here it's mostly downhill with a few small uphills along the way till I get down to the road in Caperton's store. And Grant, who I just passed, told me you got to be careful. You can't really depend on Caperton's store to be open. So it's like a lot of the small stores that are along the trail out here in rural Alabama. You know, they might be open for a while, and then like Kelly's Crossroads back there, they were closed for 4 years and they just recently opened up. And Grant was telling me that he's apparently hiked this area a number of times. That Caperton's is kind of the same way. It's just depending on the year, it's open or closed. So I'm sure I'll still be able to find some place to get water if I need it. But I've got my water for these 11 miles and feeling okay. I love these walks like this, beautiful part of the trail. It's just stunning up here. And I'm just so lucky to be up here to see all this beauty. So I will see y'all later. Bye. Just giving you another glimpse of the trail here. And clearing off to the side. Blue Downs. Oh, looks like something here to take a picture of for my next pretty video. Hey everybody, coming up to this nice bridge over top. Really nice looking little stream here. I wish I wasn't a little bit worried about making my time to the pickup. This is like a wonderful place to stop for a little bit, dip your toes in. I think I will splash a little water on my face and then hit the road again. So I'll see y'all later. Not all the trail is great. This is straight up. This stinks. See you later. Hey everybody, One Penny here. Very interesting day today. First day on the Pinhoti. I had reached out to the Pinhoti Outdoor Center and set up a pack pickup so that I could slack pack the first section of the trail. And the pickup was at 10.7 miles. So I was very happy. I'm finally in some mountainous areas and trying to see how I'll do in that area. And I thought slack packing the first few days would be good, and then start carrying a pack and seeing how it goes. Had the pack pick up. He got there at 8:15 and I started walking. And an interesting thing happened. At the first campsite down the trail, I ran into Zach. And Zach is a great guy, really good guy, and you'll know why in a minute. We walked along for a little bit, kind of chit-chatting about different things, and he had told me that at that cabin there had been a woman who had stayed there last night. She had left about 20 minutes before us. So we walked on a little bit and we crossed a little stream and got to a section of the trail that was expected to be challenging. It's about a half a mile and it's a pretty steep uphill climb, and just 40-50 feet on the other side of the bridge there was the woman, and she was struggling. She was on her hands and knees trying to climb up a little set of rocks. She had apparently fallen down, so I kind of stepped around her, helped her up, and started talking to her for a while. She'll probably see this, and I've already told her I don't mean any disrespect or anything, but just don't think she was just not ready to tackle this trail. Her pack is huge. Interestingly, completely loaded, but without water. It is 34, 35, 36 pounds. So you add a bunch of water in there. Water's, around 8 pounds a gallon, and she had a number of bottles. It's just a very heavy pack. The other contents were not necessarily, there wasn't a whole lot of extraneous contents, but she was struggling very much so. And I needed to get out to my pickup spot by the time the pickup guy was going to get there, and I'm a quarter mile into the day. Zach is ex-military, and he has spent a lot of time in the desert, and he's out there packing, trying to enjoy life. And Zach turned around to her and said, "Hey, you know, how about if I just stick with you for a while? Is that okay?" What a great thing to do. She was just in no way ready for this. So I went on and got through the end of the day, and I kept thinking, there's going to be trouble. This really need to get some help out here to try to, you know, get her off this trail. The areas that I'm hiking through were very challenging for me with no pack, and it was going to be worse. So as soon as I got out, I talked to the driver, Monk, and I said, "Hey, I'm very worried about this woman on the trail." I was with Zach. You know, we stopped to kind of help her out. We talked to her for a while about repacking her pack. She had heavy things right up at the top. The camp stove was swinging around and hitting her in the head, things like that. We talked to her about trying to lighten her load and pack better. And then Zach stayed with her, but I just told Monk, she needs help. We need to try to get her off of the trail. And her daughter had also been concerned and had called into the Pinhoti Outdoor Center. So Monk and I decided that we would try to drive out there to the nearest location where they would get off the trail and onto a road. And we started out that way, and he called the POC, you know, to let them know and make sure that they knew what was going on. It ended up that the owner of the POC had been talking to her daughter, and they had finally got in touch with Zach and got them to go to a road, a wilderness road. And the owner went out there in his four-wheel drive pickup and got them and brought them back to the Pinhoti Outdoor Center here. So she is safe. Zach wanted to go ahead and camp and stay out there, so he is out there, but I've been in touch with him, and he was, yeah, you know, I'm not going to leave someone behind. You know, his military training and loyalty is all out there just for displays. He's a great guy, so he's still out there. And they brought Marie back here to the POC, the Pinhoti Outdoor Center, and she was going to camp out, but she'd had a very rough day. And I just said, "Maria, you stay in the bunkhouse. I will pay for the night, and it's like $30." So for the next 2 or 3 hours, she has had about 4 different hikers. I'm probably the least experienced, and I've got, you know, maybe 600 miles of hiking, and we're all talking to her about her pack and what is it that she's trying to do, and, you know, does she really have what she needs or too much? There's actually a pack scale in here, so we weighed her pack. So yeah, she's still pretty overloaded. And she's a very nice person, and I ended up just sitting down and saying, I hope you don't take this as any kind of an insult at all, but I just don't think that you are ready for this trail. You know, I'm not sure I'm ready for the trail and things that I've done so far. And I said, I really think that you should give up this effort right now. Don't give up hiking, but give up this effort and look for trails close to home that are less challenging. Do some long flat trails. Do some short hikes, you know, hike out for a day, camp, hike back the next day, and then go to some 2-day or 3-day hikes. But trying to start off never having hiked and never having any experience with hiking at all on a 300 and something mile trail that is very rugged is probably not really the best start. And I pointed to myself. I said, I didn't do this to start. I started in Florida where it's flat forever. And a lot of that was slack packing. And then, you know, I got to a swamp, and then I had to carry my pack. And all along the way, I'm learning and learning and learning. And, you know, the last 200 miles of the Alabama road walk, carrying my pack, trying to slack pack a few times when I'm, you know, close to a city and could get an Uber, because there are no trail angels apparently in cities, or shuttles that that will shuttle you 12 miles from a city out into the woods. But you know, I'm learning along the way. But I would not have just cold start jumped to the Pinhoti Trail at, she's 65, never having done anything ever before. But she's had hours now of at least 4 different more experienced hikers talking to her, and nobody's talking down to her. And nobody's saying anything negative to her. People are just saying, you know, here are some things to consider. You might want to, you know, be off this trail, gain a little more experience. Monk, I think, had some great advice to her. He said, you know, put your backpack on, pack it up, but then just go hike around your neighborhood. Why not? Get used to carrying a pack, get used to the weight, get used to walking with it. She had not done any of that. And you know, you slip and fall down in your neighborhood, there's traffic in your neighborhood, you know, someone's going to stop, or you can call out to somebody. It's a good way to really kind of get started. So that's been the last few hours. It was really relief to see them pull back in here with her, and she is safe, she is okay, she's not injured. And it's amazing, her spirit is so positive. Don't want to take anything away from that, but hopefully she will listen to the people who have been talking to her now. I think Monk is still in there talking to her, and there's maybe too much talk all at once. Just need time to hit the shower, wash your clothes, you know, eat some dinner here at the POC, and get to sleep and be ready for tomorrow. So that was today. Interesting day, but the most important thing is that she's safe, and all kudos and thanks to Zach. What a great guy to stay out there with her and try to make sure that you know, to help her get to a place where someone from here could get in and pick her up. So hopefully she'll take some of the advice and the things she's heard. That's about it for today. So I'm gonna take my own advice. I already took a shower. I got some clothes in the washing machine, and I am going to maybe eat a little more and then try to get some sleep. They're taking me out in the morning. I still have to talk to Monk about what time. I prefer to get a pretty early start. And tomorrow is 15 miles. And within the first 7 miles, there's a section called the Rock Garden that he told me I'm absolutely going to hate. And these guys have all done the Pinhoti multiple times. So I'm absolutely sure he's right. But if I can get through the Rock Garden, which is within the first 7.5 miles, then I've just got 8 miles of road walk. And, you know, take my little day pack and head out. So I hope you're all still watching. Thanks for watching, anybody who is watching. And I'll see you later. Bye.